morning, day 3, and it's a snowy one. Thursday, April 27th. It rained and then snowed on us last night, so we're really getting a slow start this morning. Just brushed all the snow off the tent, but got to get everything repacked, and we'll see what the trail looks like. A lot of that wet snow on the branches, so I'll be getting dumped along the way as I go on the trail. But considering the conditions, got a pretty decent night's sleep, and just got to keep moving to stay warm. And the initial goal is just to get to the Eliza Brook shelter and then decide whether we're going to stay there or keep going. First things first, though, we got to get camp broken down. Hello. Day 3 of our Direttissima, Thursday, April 27th. Just made it to the power lines off the Kinsman Ridge Trail. Coming out of my campsite, pretty much the trail turned to all snow, and I was definitely off trail for probably a good half hour or so, just because everything is just covered in snow. There's blowdowns. You're not sure which corridor is the right one. There's no other human footprints. Sometimes there would be a fairly fresh set of moose tracks, and for the most part, that would be on the trail. They take the path of least resistance, but then not always. Sometimes they'll veer off, and you have two choices. But yeah, just one really tricky section before the intersection with Real Brook Trail, and I was probably tramping around in the snow for a good half hour just trying to regain the trail. It's just not a well-marked section. You know, I have GPS. I know generally where I should be, but even that, there's going to be a margin of error, especially when you can't verify you're actually back on the trail again or not. So, having said that, pretty much soaked. Luckily, the sun has popped out a little bit. It just kind of went in, but man, the sun makes a big difference. So, I think the goal is going to be just a super short day today. I really need to get my sleeping bag dried out. Everything is soaked. I just want to try and get everything dried out for a push over the Kinsmans tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be a little more cooperative, but we'll see how it goes. I'm more concerned about what the trail is like from the shelter to South Kinsman. It could be really slow going if it's like other sections of the trail have been. So we'll see. First things first, I want to get to Eliza Brook shelter and then set up and dry out. Day 3, we made it to the Eliza Brook shelter. The sun is periodically popping out, so I'm trying to get stuff dried out as best I can. Just need a nice 30-minute window of strong sun and we'll be in good shape. So hoping we get some. Otherwise, just unpacking everything. Gonna spend the night here. It should be clear tonight according to the weather. We'll see. There's already been a couple of very short rain showers come through, which is why I have everything close to the shelter so I can just throw it in there if another bout of rain comes in, because there's still a lot of gray clouds up there in between the blue patches, so we're just doing the best we can. But I'll get us everything set up for a push tomorrow. I think the snow is going to be the hardest part, just on the trail and keeping the trail, and then getting up South Kinsman. Hopefully on the steep sections all the snow has melted, so we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. We're just going to rest up for that. That's going to be I think it's going to be a tough day tomorrow. So that's where we're at right now, and we'll check in later. Well, the sun did not stay out too long, so we ran and got all of our gear under the shelter, but super grateful to have this shelter right now. Making some coffee and hoping that the sun maybe will come out in another hour or two to try and keep drying out my gear. But at least we're dry right now. Luckily, as you can see, the sun finally did come back out for a bit. I was able to mostly dry everything off. Still got a few things hanging over here, but mostly everything is pretty dry. So there's a logbook here at this shelter, and 5 days ago there was someone who stayed here, and they said they were going to hit the Kinsmans the following day. So that's good. So hopefully I'll have, there are a couple spots from here to the summit where you just make some really sharp turns, and it's not necessarily intuitive depending on how much snow there is. So I'm hoping I see boot prints or snowshoe prints to help me out a little bit. Other than that, gonna make a little decaf, probably have a little snack and start thinking about dinner soon, and just relax and stay out here in the sun as long as the sun's gonna stay, and then get in and hopefully get a good night's sleep with warm clothes and a warm sleeping bag, and get up tomorrow for the Kinsmans. The weather said it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, but it hasn't. It said that for today too, and there were definitely long stretches of no sun. So just being up here on the ridge, that's going to happen. But hoping for a mostly sunny day tomorrow for the Kinsmans. And that's probably it for tonight, and we'll see you in the morning.